Today we're gonna make a chicken quesadilla using, once again, a low-carb tortilla. All right, so first thing you're gonna do, melt butter in a pan. Then you're gonna add your tortilla to the pan. Then we're just gonna set that aside. Now we're gonna make the stuff to go inside of the tortilla. All right, we're gonna get a bowl and a round fork. I'm sorry I stepped away for a second, but I'm coming back. Okay, so now we need hot sauce. I'm using Frank's. Oh my God, I just spilled a cup of water. Okay, ranch. Make your own ranch. It's better. I'm lazy. I don't have much ranch in here. So we're just gonna, there we go. Get as much as you can out. Now we're gonna mix it up. All right. That's the sauce. Set that aside. Now we're gonna get the tortilla again. And we're gonna add the fillings, but the heat is off. So on the hot plate or your stove or whatever, but the heat is off because we're gonna add our fillings. The key to a good quesadilla, listen close, is this. Cheese. You want it on both sides of the fold. So like this, and then we put our fillings inside of it, and then we put another layer of cheese on top of that before we fold it. That makes it stick. Chicken. I'm using a rotisserie chicken. If you saw my last post, you know that I did not, in fact, eat the whole thing on the way home. All right, so you could tear it up. I'm gonna take a few bites while we're doing this. All right, whatever. Chicken. Boom, in there. Put it in the quesadilla like this. Maybe a little more. Shout out to Canyon Lake. I don't know what that is, but hello. All right, just a little more chicken. I'll take a bite of this piece. All right, sauce. Just a little sauce. This is gonna be just like a Taco Bell quesadilla. What's up, Rob? Shout out to Granite Bay. All right, now we're gonna fold this quesadilla. The sauce is literally just a mixture of hot sauce and ranch. All right, fold the quesadilla. Boom. I feel like it's a little empty, so we're gonna add some more stuff. There we go. All right. There we go. Now we're gonna add a little more cheese. I live for the random words he pronounces. Thank you. I grew up in Ohio, so we have like a little different, I guess, like vernacular. Okay. Now, back into the pan, folded it up. If anything's like popping out of the sides, you can just kind of take it and eat it like this. All right. I'm just gonna eat this. Turn the heat back on. Not too high. Put your rotisserie chicken back in the fridge. Put your cheese back in the fridge. Put your hot sauce and ranch back in the fridge. That's what we're doing now. We're putting stuff back in the fridge. The heat is way too high. I'm turning it down. I can just hear it. All right. Now I need a spatula. Which the spatula's in the dishwasher. I think I'm gonna need more butter. What do you guys think? Cover the pan to melt cheese evenly. You can cover the pan if you want. I think that would be great. What's up, Mariah? Shout out to Target. You can get a pan like this at Home Goods. Shout out to Two Hope Dealers. Good call on adding more stuff. Yeah, you don't want it to be lame. So, I'm tripping over a dog as we speak. All right, we're gonna get some more butter. How am I gonna slice this? I need a knife. All right, a knife is like a spoon, but it's flat and sharp. All right. And then we're gonna use this guac. I'm actually making this for Anna. I'm just gonna take a bite.
I don't think it's guac. I think it's just like a sauce.
It's guacamole salsa. Trying keto for the first time and is not so easy. If you're having a hard time staying on keto, eat more fat and protein as much as you want. Like, whenever the cravings come, just go make yourself an omelet. You're not gonna wanna eat the omelet, but the key is, right? Say you get a craving for for French fries. Go eat some eggs. It's not going to satisfy your craving at all, and it's going to suck because you're going to want French fries, not eggs. But in making yourself eat the eggs, what's going to happen is you are not going to be hungry. So while you still might desire the French fries, you're at least going to be full, which is going to make it easier to resist the French fries. So when you're on keto, just fill yourself up with healthy food. And then when the cravings come, it's not so difficult to turn them away compared to somebody who treats keto like a crash diet where you're not eating much food in general at all. And then when the cravings come, you break down and eat them all because you're starving. And when you're starving and you're psychologically craving junk, that's just a recipe for disaster. So if you're struggling, that's my advice. The pan is on, but barely. I made the heat very low. I find that every time I make these quesadillas, the butter burns. But look at this cheese. I dropped it. It's probably too hot to get now. If you want chips or like a wrap or crunchy cheese, you can just cook cheese in a nonstick pan. It's really good. Oh my God, that's amazing. All right, we've got the heat pumped up. And cheese can get real crispy. All right, I'm putting the low-carb tortillas back in the fridge. Mike, what do you mean you don't know what you're about to do? Are you going to make a dipping sauce? Yeah, we're using the guacamole salsa. How many carbs do you eat a day? Probably around 30 or 40, but on days that I work out and also I'm fat adapted so I can get away with more. When you're first starting out and you're not working out, you don't want to go above 25 net carbs per day. All right. We're about to flip this thing. So you have a 10-page paper. I recommend outsourcing the writing of your paper, if you know what I mean. It teaches entrepreneurial skills that are actually applicable in the real world. Do you actually count your carbs or just eat low carb foods? I mostly eat low carb foods, but anytime I test my ketones, I'm generally in ketosis. So, it's unnecessary for me to count them. But at the beginning of your journey, I definitely counted them, and I recommend you count them as well. Because you don't know how many carbs are in certain foods when you're first starting out. All right, we flipped it. It's like a nice brown. Look how crispy. Do you like coconut aminos or soy sauce? I like soy sauce. Coconut aminos is a good option if you're not into soy. Reckless, I am feeling super blessed. What are your thoughts on pasture-raised meat versus conventional grocery store quality when following keto? Pasture-raised is great. The animals are treated properly, which means a lot to some people. But if you're on a tight budget, I don't know. Buy conventional. It's way better for you than not eating meat at all. Meat is extremely important for your health. There are so many health issues that come along with not eating meat. Especially if the alternative is just like cheese and like bread. Like if somebody just starts their day with a muffin and doesn't eat meat all day, they're going to be very unhealthy. So there's a lot of benefits to eating more meat, even if it's not pasture raised. But pasture raised is just great because it is like higher quality, but even like non-pasture raised meat is higher quality than no meat at all, is basically what I'm saying. What do you guys think? Is this almost done, or? I start my day with bacon. That's what I'm talking about. I do, Grammy. I love low-carb tortillas. Okay. My mom likes your videos. Hey, shout out to your mom. Is it Johnsy? All right, it's done. We're going to take it off. And we're going to feed this thing to Anna. All right. All right, do you guys want to see the quesadilla? All right, let me get a napkin to clean up this plate a little. And then we're going to use a pizza cutter. You don't want to use a knife on a quesadilla. It doesn't cut right. Pizza cutter all day. Cheese, chicken, and a mixture of hot sauce and ranch is what's inside the quesadilla. All right, pizza cutter. Look how flaky these are. That's why I like them so much. I think these would also be good with like onions in them. It's like a little too flaky. And the sauce is a little overwhelming, but I'm only going to take a bite because this is not for me. But yeah, that's how you make a quesadilla. Would it make a difference if I intermittent fast? It's Frank's buffalo sauce, Dora. With keto, or as long as I'm in ketosis, it's the same effect. Intermittent fast, sorry, I'm mispronouncing tons of words. Intermittent fasting is great. It's good for you. It pairs well with keto, but it's not required. So you can get results and get healthier with zero fasting in your diet. Just eating when you wake up, eating whenever you feel hungry, whatever. But you can also get results by intermittent fasting. So whatever is sustainable for you to stick to is the way I would go. Oh, I'm not even putting the sauce in the picture. We're using guacamole salsa. Oh, it's not guacamole, it's guacatillo.
Yeah, I told you.
All right, this picture is much more appealing. All right, here we go. Bussin' AF. I don't know, Michelle, about other brands that sell low-carb corn tortillas. All right, guys, I'm just taking a bite. I made this for my woman. Oh my God. This is insane. All right, y'all. I love you. I believe in you. I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.